Hi guys, welcome to my new channel, The Supranationalist. You might be wondering, whoa, is this guy some super serious political junkie? Is he some scholar who's trying to make some real educational video or something in between? I don't really know. All I know is that as an American, I find that foreign policy is one of the most neglected things when we come to politics. It's either just very basic concepts of military spending, only caring about conflicts and places where our troops are, or things that make the headlines on the news. I just find foreign policy to be the most interesting and advanced form of politics. I mean, I love domestic politics. It's primary season right now, and it's very entertaining, and I don't mind making some videos about that as well. But to me, the most neglected thing, especially on alternative media, is coverage of foreign policy. And, not just one stilted side of it, but, a very broad range of topics, not just wars, not just backroom deals between leaders, but, concepts of uh, nationalism, uh, irredentalism, even supranationalism. And I find that to be the most interesting and unique aspects of the 21st century is that there are entire regions that are trying to coalesce around some sort of a new identity. And obviously, about 2 weeks ago, the decision we were all waiting for happened in Europe with Brexit. And this really was a kind of a defining moment in are we actually in a supranational age? Or are we still just maintaining the nationalism of the 18th century, the 19th century, and the 20th century? Or is it somewhere in between? Did Britain just not fit in with continental Europe? These are questions that I'm going to go into. I'm going to share my opinions. I'm going to share other people's opinions. I'm going to laugh at some other people's opinions, and I'm going to agree with some people's opinions. And honestly, the opinions I'd really love to hear the most are people listening and people watching. So, in my opinion, the best part of YouTube and a YouTube channel is engaging, writing, and doing things in the comments section. Half the time when I watch political video, I'm looking at the comment section at least half the time. Anyways, to break down a little further what I'm planning to do here by supranationalism, I'm going to be looking at foreign policy of the United States. I'm going to be looking at foreign policy going on across the world between two different countries that have nothing to do with the United States. I'm also going to be looking at economic unions, economic agreements, free trade agreements, political integration movements, such as what's going on with the European Union, schemes by other leaders to take over more land, refugee crises, international crises, like off the top of my head, coronavirus would be one going on that I'd love to cover. These are all topics that I plan on hitting, and I just think it's going to be a great time. To clarify what this channel is not, and my opinions are not, is I am not into internationalism, and by that I mean I'm not some cosmopolitan person. I'm not a globalist, as certain media would describe it, or someone who's obsessed with the deep state. I find either of those concepts weird. I mean, cosmopolitanism to me is very Marxist. Not that there's anything inherently wrong with talking about Marxism, but I just find it not really that deep. And then, it can also be very corporatist. I mean, that's one of the biggest criticisms of the European Union if you talk to like a UKIP supporter. And also just people here in America that hate neoliberals and neocons who are promoting foreign wars really just to make money. I'm not one of those people, but I am interested in talking about that. I just think this sort of internationalizing of everything is a danger in the world, but I think it is something that needs to be covered in more depth because not everything is corporatist that's international, and I think it's important to go into that. And same with like things like the European Union. They're not inherently a multicultural regime. Um, some could argue, and I think I would argue, that a lot of the people in trying to push forward the European Union don't see it as like a multicultural union, but rather a supranational union. And I think that's just an interesting concept, something to keep following, something I'd like to post about and share with you guys. But as a supranationalist, I think the biggest thing I'm trying to say is that I want to look at German elections, I want to look at American elections, I want to look at French foreign policy interventions in Ghana or Mali. I want to look at French drone use that they just started to do. I want to look at what ASEAN in Southeast Asia is doing and what it means with its relationship with India or China. Just those are some topic ideas of things I'd love to cover. And I'm going to try to bring in really fun stuff with it too, like interviews that I think are funny or people that are kind of bullshitting on television about it. Because, everybody likes to do that and it brings it more to life. So, overall with the channel, I'm hoping to do some live streams where we could do some Q&As because like I was saying, I'm really into the comments. I'd like to cover some historical examples of supranationalism in some episodes. I think that would be interesting. And also just covering like daily things that I find exciting. So I'll be releasing new episodes, and please subscribe, please like, and please comment. Say whatever you want about me and whatever we're talking about, and I'll be happy to engage with you.